Hello, people of the world. How are we all doing today? I am your host, Juice, and welcome to another Breachers VRML cast. I am joined finally again by the great, the one, the only Scorch. Scorch, how are you doing? How are the vibes right now?
Hey, what's going on? The vibes are chilling right now. Thank you for inviting me to this actually insane cast. This is like a pretty big rivalry, and I'm glad to be back. It's been a couple of casts where I haven't been able to join you, but I'm glad to be back. I'm glad this is the cast I'm coming back to.
Yeah, you've actually low key been dodging me a little bit, but we'll talk about that off stream. We don't got to talk about that. We don't got to talk about it right now, just because I don't want to flame you or
Well,
nothing, but.
I mean, I did try to see if I could join you for that R3 versus Empire game. Unfortunately, I had to play myself. Uh, but anyways, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm glad that everything went well for your cast. Let's talk about your cast. How did you feel about that?
Oh yeah, well yeah. For those who didn't know, yesterday I actually did a cast with Martini, my first ever cast with him, and it actually went very well. And I don't know, I'm hoping to build off that and become an official caster this coming up season, which I'm excited for. I really am.
Yeah. I'm excited for you because you you kind of nailed it right there. I was watching pretty much the entire game trying to just to kind of see, and it honestly it felt like I was watching a regular cast. Like it really did. It felt like I was watching a normal cast.
Well, I really appreciate that, but yeah, I'm excited for this matchup. Yeah, F3 and Acer. I love doing these master tier games, like going inside of the mind of like these master teams. It's just so incredible watching them play because they're all so much better than me, like unbelievably better than me. So they got really good gun skill. They know the maps inside and out. They know how to use their util. They know they play perfect.
I am most certainly excited to get into this game because again, like you said, as a master tier team, what do you think is going to pan out here? I know F3, it was a whole thing where Acer was undefeated, and then F3 finally was able to take them down in the regular season. I know F3 has had experience with beating them in scrims. However, this is a new season. We're in the off season. I think a couple of players have changed since then. There possibly might be even tryouts here. I'm not 100% sure. How do you think this game is going to go?
Well, with there being tryouts, okay, let's say this right now. If there weren't tryouts, if it was like the actual F3 roster versus the actual Acer roster, right now I think Acer would win. I mean, they're coming off a championship. They're obviously, I would say, arguably the best team in the league right now. So I would definitely put my chips on Acer winning if they had their full roster. I'm not sure exactly who. Well, I guess they do. Yeah, Acer does have some tryouts here, so I know Kai though, but I imagine if they're trying out for Acer, then they are pretty good. So but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean this will be interesting. So we're getting, I believe, the first map. Do I see that as Arctic?
It is Arctic,
It
yes.
is Arctic. Okay, how do you think this round's going to go? Assuming that they're going to remain on the same sides that they are right now.
I think Arctic defense is a little easier than attacking, but I mean, it all comes down to execution in the end. Like you can be really good at one side. Like F3 could just dominate on defense, but then switch to attack and maybe not have the best attack, and then F3 could or Acer could bring it back. But it all just comes down to execution, and both of these teams have very good team play. They know how each other play. They're very coordinated, so I feel like it's going to be a close game.
I feel like it definitely will, and as we've seen in the playoffs, last season, technically last season, this past coming season where you were actually a finalist in that, as we've seen in the playoffs, some maps like Factory and Skyscraper, we've seen as normally defensive sided matches. However, these last playoffs, a lot of teams were able to find a way to win rounds on the attacking side for both of those. And like you said, Arctic is probably easier time defending on this map. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it just really depends on the team. And like you said, Acer is a very dominant team. They seem to be one of the best teams in the league currently. I just feel like F3 not necessarily has a big hill to climb because they can do it, but I don't know. If Acer comes off hot the way that they did to end that, uh, I believe they were up 2-0 and was one round away from winning 3-0
Mm.
in that final. If they play the way that they did in that final, this is going to be probably pretty tough for F3, but I don't know. I've been surprised before in the past.
Yeah, and I actually had this conversation with Martini the other day with people being like actually winning rounds on attack. I think a big part of that is the new flashes. The flashes are they're so much better now, I feel like, than they were before, and you get two for the price of 1.5. So I mean, it doesn't really. What? How much is it? 300 for two? It's like, and you can hold four. Actually, you can hold five in a round if you know how to.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
you can hold 5 if you save
And
one.
yeah, and if you go against a team who knows how to just chuck flashes in the site and just bombard you, then you're probably gonna lose. Because I mean, I've definitely played against teams that know how to use those flashes, and then it's like you can't even do nothing. You're in sight, and then your screen just goes black or white, depending on what your settings are, and then you're dead. You can't see nothing. So
Yeah, I actually didn't know that the screen. I'm gonna change that. I didn't know that you could change it to black.
oh yeah, I
I
have
might.
mine set to black. Yeah.
I might change that because I feel like white is way too
It
blinding.
just blinds you. Yeah, it's like a.
One one thing that I want to point out, a team that is very good at that is Fusion.
Mm,
I have faced them in comp games. I've faced a 3-stack, 4-stack of Fusion in comp games, and the one thing that they all like to do is rush into sight and flash quickly, and they like to get all in your face, and it seems like that they do that pretty effectively. And I maybe Acer will do the same thing. Maybe they have done the same thing. I haven't really watched too much of Acer recently. I've made a new team myself, so I've been more focused on trying to build that team up. But with teams like Fusion and possibly Acer, it is really difficult to defend against that. I feel like the only way you can defend against that is being aggressive, playing basically entry denial, but then when you do that and they attack the other site, you're still screwed because there's no one else in sight. So I don't know. It's really difficult to be able to play against that.
yeah, and I'm not sure where this last player is. It's
It
been a
seems like
good
they're taking
minute.
forever.
They're taking their time. I might put us on the BRB screen so we can just relax and wait for this game. But I don't know. I'm not sure
Hopefully, it
who's
will
missing.
start soon.
Yes, hopefully we get this game started soon. I apologize for the delay. It's actually 9:15 right now. So yeah,
Oh, is it really?
it is taking a good bit, but seems like they
I
are waiting.
mean,
So they do have someone coming from this Acer side. So hopefully they show up soon though, because.
we can just start a podcast at this point if you
Yeah,
want.
at this point, yeah, we'll just start the Breachers podcast. Me and Scorch just sitting here just yapping.
Just talking about different mechanics in the game and all that.
Yeah, honestly. And
How do you feel about Breachers right now? Let's go
okay.
away from the competitive side. Let's talk about the comp side, like the ranked side of Breachers, rather than VRML. How do you feel about the ranked in Breachers? How do you feel about that experience?
Well, Scorch, as you know, I've been a bit on the struggle bus as of late. I've not been having a good time. I've not been having a good time on this game as of lately. I suck. I'm not good at this game anymore, which I don't know if I ever was, but I'm on a dry streak right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't seem to hit shots. It's like every time I get on the game, I used to be okay at least, but now it's like I just forgot how to play the game. But I don't know. It's weird. And you play against some freaks on comp. It's really frustrating, especially if you don't have a stack to play with. Yeah.
What do you think the best way to play comp is? Do you think solo queuing is the best, duo, having 3 players on your team that you're queuing with, or possibly 4 or even 5 stacking?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a thing where if you five stack, you're more than likely gonna go against a five stack, right? I think that's
I
how I
think
think that's
that's
how it
how that
works.
works. Yeah, yeah, I think that's how that works.
Well, every time I solo queue, I somehow get the worst teammates ever to live, and you sometimes I am that teammate that sucks, but it's just I don't know. It's
Yeah, I've
just
been there.
if I have a five stack to play with, I would definitely rather play with the five stack, but I don't know. This has
See,
definitely been a struggle season for me.
See, the thing for me about five stacking is yes, it's great to be able to five stack. That way you can trust your teammates, especially the players that you play with, or if you're just messing around or however. But the unfortunate thing about five stacking is yes, you have those four players that you can trust. You lose a ton of elo if you lose. You don't really gain anything because they try and like balance out the fact
Here we
that
go.
you get that. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're finally getting into this, and I want to give some shout outs in the chat. I see Owen in the chat, Super Andrew, Snoop, Dagger. Dagger says, "Who's the co-cast?" Scorch is thy co-caster. The captain of Republic, a brand new team this season, and we are finally getting into this match. And this Acer player still has not joined, so Ewat is on the Acer stack right now.
You
So
know, I think Ewat is gonna start off with 3 kills here. He's gonna be the goat.
3 kills right off the bat.
3 kills.
That is I don't know. That's definitely something. And Acer on the attack. It is his bottom floor site, and because Acer has that man disadvantage already, I wonder how they're gonna play this. You think they TK the AI? I think they are. I think Big Fat is gonna TK the AI because he only has a Jesper right now. Or
Yeah,
even
and
there
we
you go.
see in some of these scrims that that players don't TK and they elect to actually take over the bot. Technically, that's not legal in VRML. Doesn't look like they're taking over the bot now, as the bot is swinging into a site. Will Resi K take him out? He does take him out. Now Acer is going for a basic B push. Dogga pushing up. It looks like Mackington might get the pick on him. He does get the pick. Decides to swing back. Drone goes out. Drone's in towards B. Aiden Barrett swings out. Gets taken out by Brody. What an incredible pick by him.
Yeah, those are early picks, and just like that, it's a 4v3 in. Oh man, Masonton off the backside gets a pick, but he's refragged by Big Fat. And now Acer's left in a 2v3 situation right here. Brody and Big Fat on this B objective. And they actually have a bit of damage taken off them. Instants are being tossed. And this Acer's team is going to have to find a way to get in here as Brody actually gets a nade toss in the back of B and makes it a 2v2.
Yeah, and we do see that fifth did finally connect for Acer. Unfortunately, not in time. Brody pushing up, trying to see if he can get that EMP plant. He just barely misses the nade. However, Big Fat needs to toss over that EMP towards him. He does, in fact, realize and tosses it over. Faded on Quest, trying to push up, seeing if he can get any damage towards them. Brody, excuse me, is low with 22 bullets or 22 health, which means that he is one shot. Brody pushes up, takes out Resi K, and is now going for the EMP. Will Faded be able to clutch this up? He's on 89 health. It's certainly possible. Faded pushes up, tries to see if he can swing. Now he's starting to crouch walk up, see if he can get Big Fat. He does get some damage on Big Fat. However, Big Fat does take him out with 37 damage remaining. And Acer, despite being down a player, goes up 1-0.
Yeah, I was about to say, even though they had the man disadvantage, like I said in the beginning of the round, I was like, okay, maybe F3 is going to get a cheeky round, what am I saying? A cheeky round win because they already have the man advantage, but Acer, they somehow still won it, and Weirdo did join, so they do have a substitute, which is nice to see. So we actually have a 5v5 now.
Well, we used to have a 5v5. Now Lobkey is now making it appear
Wow.
in the game as another one has DC'd from Acer. It seems like there might be either some connection issues or maybe a headset crash. I don't know. But whatever it is, it seems like it does not affect them currently.
Yeah, it was Big Fat who left, so I wonder if he will be joining back as we get into the second round. Acer, it seems like they're going to be doing a basic B push. They have everyone out here, and the AI is on this green window, so Lob might get taken out very early if Rezi or Faded. Yep, Faded's going to peek out green and take out Lob. He's actually... Lob actually has an Omen, and Brody off on the backside actually took out Rezi. I don't know. Oh, Rezi got taken out from that hallway, but Masington and Aiden is sitting right outside B on the stair. Takes out one. A lot of damage off on Nakai, and it's now a 4v3 in advantage of F3 right now.
Yeah, it is a 4v3 as Dogga now takes out Aiden Barrett, making it a 3v2, now 2v2 as he takes out a second one in Mackington as Mackington gets Kai. So Dogga was able to refrag Mackington for him. We push up here, Dogga with unfortunately low HP, so it is in favor of F3 here. Minute 42 seconds left on the clock. It seems like that this round basically just started and we're already down to a 2v2.
Yeah, and like you said, Doga has that 34 health. They do not have a stim, so health advantage is in favor of F3 right now. Is Weirdo crouch walking over to this green vent, but Faded hears that vent break, and Faded hears it, and he's able to peek up and take out Weirdo. And now Doga left in a 1v2. Less than half health. Smokes are being tossed, and Tiny actually took him out with the instant. I thought he wall-banged him through the smoke, but I guess not.
Yeah, it seemed like I thought he ended up throwing an incense at his feet himself because he was throwing something, but I believe it was a flash that he was throwing. Now we see a fifth come in, gears up, but he left again. So it is now a 5v4 still in favor of F3 here. Hopefully they'll be able to get something as Sarah now. Oh, Big Fat has returned. It is now officially a 5v5, hopefully. But yeah, it was unfortunate the way that Aesir tried to play that. It was a 2v2, it was winnable. Didn't seem like there was a stim on that side. I noticed that in the cast that you had with Martini, there was a couple of rounds where the team didn't buy stims and ended up costing them. It's possible maybe they were just saving, or I don't know. I just feel like having at least one stim when you can actually buy it, you should try and see if you can get it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. And yeah, that did happen a couple of those rounds. You just, if you're stuck at 100 health for the whole round, if you get shot at all, it's like you can't. Oh, and Weirdo jumps the hatch really quickly and is taken out by Faded. So an aggressive green hold right here as Rezi and Mac are holding down around this gym area, but Brody able to take Mac out on those flank stairs. Rezi is still in gym, but Brody takes him out. So Brody with a 2K right now. Ace potential from Brody right now is Aiden peeking out through library. He catches Kai, but doesn't actually get any damage. Those incense, Kai has to swing, but Aiden able to take him out through that incendiary, making it a 3v3, now a 3v2.
Yeah, 3v2 indeed, and especially with that util that we saw, beautiful util placement for the nade and an incense to try and take him out. It is now a 2v3 again with Dogga being low. Dogga is trying to see if he can hold that peak with the Vezin. Will Faded push him? It seems like he might be thinking about it. Aiden and Faded might be able to get him on the flank. Where is the other guy? The other guy is actually sitting on the window. Excuse me, I did not see that. Big Fat takes out Aiden Barrett. It is now a 2v2. Dogga gets the stim off. He is now almost fully recharged. We're back to even strength for these two teams. Faded pushes out, takes out Dogga. And there's an incense on Big Fat. Big Fat incense himself.
I think.
Oh, I thought that was.
Yeah, he had no idea Faded was in gym. And when Faded got that pick, I think he was trying to throw that incense down Green Hall, but he got scared and just dropped it at his feet. So unfortunate.
It was unfortunate. I really thought I thought for sure that was a perfectly timed incense by the other team. He ended up incenting himself. Nonetheless, it was a great play by Faded to push out there exactly when he did to take him out, making it a 1v2 and making Big Fat panic and throw that incense.
Yeah. It's just, that's so silly. That's just unfortunate. You try to, and it was a good play by, who was it? Was it Faded that was sitting in gym? Yeah, that was a good play because he made no noise. They had no idea he was in there. Able to get that pick and then force the other player to actually kill himself.
Yeah, that was a great play by him. I thought he was actually going to swing a little earlier, but he decided to hold off the demons inside of him, telling him to swing it and push towards that gym side, and it ended up working.
Yes, it did. And now on to round 4, F3. He's up 2-1 though, as we see a basic B take again. Rezi trying to get some blind fires through this front door. Doesn't get any tags. I wonder if anyone is droning right now. I do believe they're droning outside red. Just trading shots right now. No damage though yet. And the drone is going into green. Green is clear. Vent is shot open by Aiden. Aiden runs up to the vent, but not shot. As Brody did throw a grenade, but didn't get any tags on it. And it's still a 5v5, and there's only been 2 hit points of damage on so far.
As Brody now takes the other 80 within this quick round, 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock. It's still a 5v5, although Weirdo looks to push up and get 2. He does get 2. What a beautiful play that he had, waiting patiently as Kai blows both walls. Dogga gets the pick on Faded. ResiK pushes up. Dogga gets the pick on ResiK, and Dogga pushes all the way up, and holy, it seems like Aesir just wanted to do brute force to get in there. Dogga pushed up with the EMP. I was looking at the EMP, I was like, holy crap, he's in the middle of sight, but he does take out everybody with only 2 players remaining. What a beautiful play by Aesir. It seems like that they wanted to use, they're like, hey, you know what? It seems like our patience is over. We're pushing right in here.
Yeah, they definitely kind of just stormed in and just took bodies, and that was a good flank by Weirdo on red. He was able to get those 2 picks and pretty much just set up that push for Aesir. So it's just, you always got to keep an eye on that flank when you are on defense, and they weren't, and Weirdo was able to punish him for it.
Yeah, I mean, this is I don't know if you were looking at it, but from my point of view, I saw on red, Weirdo had pushed up and actually stared at one of the players in red, their backs, and he saw that there was another one up top, so he waited to shoot him until he had a better advantage point, and he was able to do that and get both picks off. It was, I don't know, it was gun discipline there that worked beautifully.
Yeah, that is what you like. I actually saw something like that in the cast I did yesterday with Lightronix. As Aiden with the Canut takes out one, quickly refragged by Weirdo, making it a 4v4. Not even 20 seconds into the round. Wall's already foamed, but Matt coming on that flank. I don't know if anyone's watching it, so Mac might actually get 2 right here. Mac actually missed his shots, but one player actually ran in the site and got taken out by Tiny. And then Dogga able to take out Mac on that flank, making it a 3v3.
Yeah, and it seems like Aesir here is not really caring about patience in this situation. They are just pushing in. We are seeing quick round after quick round as Little Tiny takes out Dogga through the smoke. I think the smoke would just place, unfortunately, in time. And Little Tiny takes out Brody again. This could be a 3-pick for him to end the round, and it is 3 headshots, 3 kills for Little Tiny. And he takes out the remaining Aesir players to bring his team up 3-2. Was not a bad showing for F3.
Was that a 4K? I think that was a 4K,
right? I'm not 100% sure. I think he did kill the first person that swung in, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah, sure. So it was a 4K.
Hey, someone stole his ace. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it?
I'm gonna guess. No, it was Aiden Barrett. Aiden Barrett. He had
the Canut. The Canut,
with the Canut in the very beginning. Yeah, it was Aiden Barrett.
God
Aiden, shame on you.
Shame on you, Aiden. How could you do that? Even though you got the first pick, how could you take that ace away from Tiny?
You should have seen in the future.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, you should have known what was gonna happen in the future. So shame on you, Aiden, for taking that ace. And we are going into this half, and it is going back and forth, Scorch. I think every time a team has won, I think the other team has won the next round. It's just been punch for punch right now.
Yeah, I think actually it was Aesir won the first round and F3 won the first 2. I think Aesir won the next. I'm not quite sure, but yes. However, you said it is punch for punch. Hatch gets blown here in round number 6. Drone goes out, tries to drone in. Aiden Barrett already taking out Brody on the bottom roam. He is low, but he is still up. Dogga pushes up. Drone sees that there's nobody near. Mackington connects his head with Dogga. It is now a 5v3, excuse me, in favor of F3. This is a perfect showing, a defensive showing for F3 to see if they can finish off this round with Weirdo taking out Aiden Barrett, making it a 4v3.
Yeah, that we saw an aggressive F3 hold right there because Aiden ran outside instantly and was able to get a pick. And then also Mac was able to get a pick from the green hall. So an aggressive hold off site from F3. And it's actually keeping Acer at bay right now. They haven't even taken control of this gym area. And Mac actually jumps outside. And he's going to get back in the building. But now they know one of those players are downstairs. They're finally able to take control of gym. Wallbang's coming out from Big Fat and Faded. I wonder who has the foam. Kai does have foam. They're going to get this gym wall, I presume. And Mac is actually going on that rotate all the way back to A to meet back with his team.
Yeah, and like you said, it was a 3v3 on site, and it seems like they did know that. Unfortunately, they weren't able to connect in time. It is still a 3v3 in sight, as Mac is crouch walking up. Nonetheless, Weirdo blows the wall and pushes in through the doorway. Insane goes out, does not connect with Weirdo. He is now in the corner. Does Faded know that he is in that corner? Weirdo is now planting in that corner. Faded does see it and try to wallbang. Unfortunately, is not able to connect anything. He does take a little bit of damage on Weirdo as Faded gets 2 of them as Big Fat got a little greedy and pushed him to try and help Weirdo and ended up getting a collat on both of them. It's not just left the Kai in a 1v3 and Mac pushes up and takes out Kai with basically from the grave. He dropped all the way down and is finally able to get the last pick.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Mac jumped out from upstairs, rotated all the way back around site, went on a flank, and now they're humping his body. Okay. But that was kind of crazy. That was a good rotate. Mac got all the way back around and was able to get that last kill. So Mac is definitely getting his steps in. He's definitely getting his steps in right now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was great to be able to see him be able to stay alive. He used the fact that people are all upstairs to his advantage and be like, you know what, I'll just run all the way downstairs through outside. There's nobody else outside, and it worked out perfectly. He was able to stay alive and get the final pick by rotating around as one of his other players, I believe it was Faded, was pushing from the other way, making it pretty much impossible for Kai to be able to clutch that. But I don't know, I've seen a lot stranger things happen. I've seen people clutch a lot worse instances, but nonetheless, it was a great job by Mac and a great job by F3 to secure a 4-2 half.
Yeah, I honestly, when Acer got that EMP down, I think they got a little too aggressive. They started, I think Weirdo got it down, but then he kind of swung off of the B chassis, and he actually, I'm pretty sure they got collatted pretty much by whoever was... I forget who that was. I'm really bad.
It was Faded.
Faded, yeah. He did get that 2K, so... Oh, and Kai with the trip mine kills, and... Oh, I don't know if they just didn't have a drone or something. Is Mac and Kai exchanging shots, but Brody is sitting in red. I don't think Mac knows that, but Mac is now one shot. Tiny is going to be on that vent, and Mac walks in, but Tiny able to save Mac's life, and Mac actually gets another pick on the hallway, but he's taken out by Big Fat, and it's now a 3v2 in favor of Acer.
Yeah, what a beautiful play. I didn't even see little Tiny over in that corner. He did save Mac's life, ended up dying anyways, but that was a beautiful play by him, as now it is a 3v2 in favor of Acer with 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Little Tiny in green with Aiden Barrett crouch walking all the way towards the back of A. Will Dogga notice him before Aiden notices Dogga? Little Tiny pushes up with the EMP, gets the foam. Will he foam the wall and push right in? He does get a little bit of shots off on the wall. Unfortunately, nothing connects with Weirdo as Dogga does take out Aiden Barrett on the flank. It is now a 1v3. The tall order to ask Little Tiny to clutch this up as Big Fat takes out Little Tiny.
Oh, look at the ensign. The ensign didn't go off on the ground. It's charged, but it's just rolling. Yeah, even Weirdo's looking at it.
Oh yeah, wait, what?
I saw that. He threw it and it hit right off the ground and it just didn't go off. That was so weird. I had a really good angle on that on my cast. It just bounced off the ground. That was so weird.
That is weird. Well, that was unfortunate for Little Tiny, I believe it was, as the incense didn't go off. I mean, it was a 1v3. He had full health, and I've seen worse happen, but nonetheless, Acer did clutch up that 3-4.
Yeah, I don't know why that is a bug. Like, what makes it so that happens? Like that, it's like when
I don't know.
Yeah, when an instant touches the ground and it's activated, it should just go off. Like, there's no, I don't understand. Maybe it's like the collision
maybe it's like
or
a rolling
something.
ground. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not really sure. That was really weird, but F3's still on top here. It's a still close game, 4-3, as we get into this round 8. And Aiden's going to run into red really quick without a drone, and Brody punishes him off rip. And that's actually a Viper down, but they did not pick it up. So Big Fat is only going to have a Spectral. They could have picked that up and given it to him for an SMG, as Brody gets a second pick off on the mat. Nate can fly now, didn't get any tags, but Weirdo with a wall bang. And oh my, within 30 seconds of the round, it's a 4v2 in favor of Aesir.
Yeah, and now it is a 4v1 as Dogga pushes up, takes out Little Tiny. Will he take out the other player? No. Rezi K takes him out, but Big Fat gets the refrag. And like you said, with just 30 seconds remaining, these are quick rounds that we are seeing. I have not seen only 2 numbers remaining on the clock. It has always been at least a minute remaining before any round has been able to be done with.
Yeah, and they had F3 tried to take red really fast, but they didn't have a drone, and they walked in and instantly died by Brody. So that was some good picks, and I'm surprised that they're not droning. You'd imagine in these master teams they'd be droning more.
Well, he did drone. He did
really?
drone. The drone, yeah, the drone went out, is what I saw. The drone went out and went upwards. As far as I know, maybe I was seeing things, but Weirdo did see. I believe it, or no, it wasn't Weirdo. It was one of the F3 players. Saw the trips and tried shooting out the trips, and Brody took advantage of that, heard the shots going off to try and shoot out the trips, and swung himself, realizing that they're looking at the ground. He ended up swinging and getting the 3 headshots, and the guy only took out 1 trip.
Weirdo with an early pick. 4-4, but Weirdo giving Acer the early numbers advantage, and then Kai getting another pick off on the stairs, off on the Mac. Nades are being tossed. Weirdo gets a little bit of damage off onto Aiden, and once again, Scorch, 20 seconds into the round, it's a 5v3.
Yeah, 5v3 indeed. Big Fat pushes up and gets an insend. Aiden stemmed up, I believe, but then ended up getting...
Oh, did you see that?
By Weirdo!
Faded
on Quest takes out Kai through the window. It is now a 4v2 as what an incredible pick by Weirdo. Weirdo takes out another player. Will he swing out and try and get it? He's going to do it again. He almost did it.
He almost had that. Dude, that was crazy.
Just barely missed by the skin of their shaft. We're Faded on Quest, pushing up, trying to see if they can get any bit of damage. Will they save here, or will they just push up with a Viper in hand with $1,100? This is not looking the greatest for F3, not winning a single defensive or attacking round yet. Faded does end up grabbing the flash, a little bit of a TK on there, and I don't know if it was a misplay or they were just screwing around a little bit. Nonetheless, Faded pushing up with a 1v3. Now he's facing a 1v3 and is not losable. There are trips on, or excuse me. Yeah, wait, no, yeah, it's not. You can still win it. It's a tall order, but you can still win it. You can definitely not lose this. But as we get into, I'm just gonna stop talking. You go ahead.
No, I understood what you were saying. Words are hard, Scorch. Words are hard. I get it. But Doga on that flank is taken out by, like you said. Oh, never mind. But Weirdo gets that pick, dude. That blind fire by Weirdo, the one-handed blind fire, like with the ensign right there to not walk into it. That was crazy. That was a really good shot by Weirdo, and he almost did it again.
Yeah, he almost did it again. That was an insane lean that he had though from that hatch. He like used his entire play space to get over there.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I think I have a good blind fire, but that was a good one-handed blind fire. That was nasty.
That was a pretty nice one-handed blind fire.
That's a TikTok
And
right there. That's a TikTok for sure.
that is a TikTok. That is definitely a TikTok. I apologize to the people watching. I stumbled my words just a little bit. I was not unable to think. I was not unable to think about what to say next, so I apologize for that.
You just said, oh, let me just stop talking.
It's like, yeah, I'll just let you talk. I'm just gonna just stop while I'm ahead.
It happens, Scorch. You sometimes just fumble with your words.
English is hard, even though it's my first language.
It's my first and only language, and it's still hard for me sometimes. As we get Big Fat with an early wall. Wow, he just instantly took out Rezi. So Aesir already with the man advantage. 10 seconds into the round. Aiden in red, or green rather, taken out by Big Fat. Tries to get the second pick off on the Tiny, but it refragged. Brody also got a pick on the backside of A on Invis room, and Faded gets a wallbang behind the desk where Doga is, and another. Is everyone gonna die to a wallbang? That's 3 wallbangs this round so far, and more wallbangs. Faded almost just died to a wallbang.
Weirdo is definitely on one as he's gotten a couple of wall bangs, and now Brody with a one-handed headshot over the desk to take out, I believe it was Faded. Wow, Faded is left in 1v3 situations almost every time.
Yeah, it's definitely not favorable to be left in those.
No, it is definitely not.
But nonetheless,
although he is, yeah, he's 10-6 right now.
Yeah, not
too terrible.
Yeah. And Aesir now on match point. They actually, I think Aesir was, I don't know. I thought Aesir was, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. But I thought Aesir was gonna win this game, but it's honestly been a lot closer than what I thought. It's come down to a couple 1v1s, and the F3 just not able to secure these rounds.
Do we know who chose the map?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
Because I was going to say, if we know who chose the map, maybe this is not F3's map. Maybe we'll see a little bit of a better matchup in map number 2. Potentially map number 3. I mean, I'd like to see a map number 3 anyways, just because there's 2 master teams. We get into round number 11 now, as it is now 6-4. And F3 looking to push quick and hard as they try and take out this. Oh, he might nade himself. He does not nade himself. As Kai with another wallbang on Mackington. It almost worked. That quick almost worked as Weirdo with an S-tier frag onto Faded, and Weirdo pushes out, trying to get another one as Kai takes that kill. Weirdo is now pushing up into full force, trying to take out Rezi K and Little Tiny, as Little Tiny and Rezi K both now sit outside with just 40 seconds on the clock. Clock gone. It is now a 5v1 as Rezi K takes out Brody, or excuse me, Big Fat, and then Brody refrags Rezi K.
Scorch, I really thought F3 was gonna have that round in the bag. That door blocker on A absolutely screwed them over. They would have been in sight with EMP probably down instantly if that door blocker wasn't there. But Aesir was able to rotate really fast, as we see these players doing the Macarena right now. A bit of a triangle.
Yeah, but that's what we see. The difference between master teams and like bronze's teams that we have scrimmed in the past is the difference in the amount of util being placed. That util there with the static and the door blocker is what halted that entire push, making it winnable for Aesir to be able to get back and get those picks that they needed with the wall bang. Weirdo getting that S tier frag, pushing out and getting a bit of damage on Kai, or excuse me, on Rezi K, with Kai getting the pick on Rezi K, making it pretty much unfavorable for F3. It was a great showing that we saw from Aesir using that util, and I don't know, I thought you said F3 almost, like, I really felt like that they were going to do it.
It looked, because I had my camera on the other side, And there was actually a lot of people on the other objective, so it looked like F3 was just gonna walk into site and plant. Like from my view, it looked like they were just gonna walk in and be in site. But that door blocker kind of saved Aesir, and they were able to rotate really quickly and win it.
Yeah, we are now heading into ship here with Aesir losing Weirdo. I think they might be getting another player. Not quite sure. It doesn't seem like anybody's moving. 2 Jespers are still in the hands of Aesir. Now I believe they're buying util. This could be... I was almost thinking that somebody accidentally started it. But it does seem like that they're all now getting ready to kind of push this. So this could be another 5v4 for quite a little bit for Aesir. But it didn't seem like it mattered, as they were able to halt F3 with a couple of rounds being a 5v4 in the last match.
Yeah, and I don't know why we're getting so many disconnects. Hopefully they do get a player, because Wesley thinks that he's going to get a pick with a Taurus. And I don't know about you, but I don't think Wesley... If Wesley gets a pick with a Taurus, I will... I don't know what I'll do. I will lose
If
my
Wesley
mind.
gets a pick with a Taurus, the next stream that Martini does, you have to donate him $20.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm a man of my word. $20 dono. If this man...
If Wesley gets a Taurus pick, come on, Wesley, we gotta see it for Martini.
There's no way that would be crazy. Wait, where's Wesley? Wesley's just chilling in B right now, so I don't think he will. And we actually have an aggressive medbay hold from F3, or from Aesir rather. Tiny able to get a pick off into birthing, but Big Fat gets another pick, and he's off on the green box. And Doga and Big Red are trying to pinch this medbay or bunks room.
It's left to Wesley.
Oh, and it's just Wesley might get... Oh, Doga takes over Wesley.
Oh, wait, does it still count?
Oh,
He's
this doesn't
Wesley.
count. This doesn't count. Oh, no.
Oh, there's his pick.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. It was Doga. That doesn't count.
Nonetheless, Wesley takes out, I don't know, one of the players as he gets refragged by Rezi K. It looked like a promising hold by Aesir there. It looked like Aesir was going to use brute force to make sure that they didn't get in it. They were going to show that we don't care if we have 4 players. We're going to make sure you still can't get in the building. Most teams, they would just hide in sight and try and play numbers as much as they can, and then the other teams just end up pushing them anyways and using brute force for that. But Aesir, kind of, I like the way they played that.
Yeah, they actually were holding a very aggressive defense, but credit to F3 to be able to get through it. Like Aesir was holding medbay room really hard, and then they kind of pushed up towards birthing, which I think was maybe just a little bit questionable. But you know, it is Aesir, so they're better than me, so I can't really say nothing. So
it does seem like that Wesley will no longer be able to get a pick. Sorry, Martini. As Aquafire joins the match, F3 blowing the hatch, excuse me, droning out towards this long hallway on the back of A site. Will they drone out? They do drone out, but Doga takes out Aiden and takes out Mackington. Big Fat with a pick on Rezi K, and Big Fat with another pick on Little Tiny. Doga and Big Fat have proven to F3 that it's just a 2-man team here for this round. It is left to just Faded on quest as Faded takes out Brody. Will he take out Big Fat, or will Big Fat take him out? There's a lot of damage on both sides here. Kai now looking to see if he can take Big Fat's place in this 4v1.
Yeah, those were some very early picks from the Aesir side. It was a 2K from I already forget the players. I have short-term memory loss.
It was Doga and Big Fat.
Yeah, they both just traded 2Ks, and that's how you like to start a round, leaving Faded in a 1v5, and this is close to impossible to win if you're Faded, but he actually is going to take out Kai with that insane. Oh, wait, no, that's Doga. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, where did that instant come from?
Doga now has 3 picks this round.
He's going crazy.
As we see Faded on quest push up, he lean peeks and takes out Doga. Now it is a 2v1. This is winnable. Faded would have to ace, but it's winnable. He does not have the health. He'd have to take out Big Fat to get that stim from him. Pushes up with the cloak. Takes a little bit of damage. He takes a lot of damage on Big Fat. This is so winnable for Faded. Pushes up, takes out Big Fat. And Aquafire, the newest member of Aesir for this map, clutches up the round barely for Aesir. Holy, what a play by Faded to almost clutch that up.
Yeah, he almost won that. Did you see him throw his cloak? So they was like
I did. Yeah.
Did that? And he actually got a pick off that, but Aquafire right there was able to get that refrag. That would have been on the highlight reel had he won that round. That was
yeah,
close.
1v5 ace against Acer. Yeah, that would have been a highlight reel right there.
That would be like in his Discord bio. 1v5.
I 1v5 to Acer.
I know I would put that. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be crazy.
I know I would definitely put that there. If I had that opportunity to be able to do that, I know I definitely would be able to do that. But unfortunately, I'm not good enough for that. So, but I guess we'll see.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Oh my lord! As we get into this third round, it's 1-1. So once again, it's just back and forth. We're gonna see an A push right here, which I like to see. The B push is not good on this site. That red room is just way too congested as Big Red, actually instant himself off. Bit of a misthrow right there as Mackington about to swing through this breach. As soon as this instant goes away, Drone is getting pings off on the Kai behind this box. So F3 able to take space really fast as they are about to get foam on this wall.
Yeah, F3 pushing with a 5v5. Kai takes out Little Tiny with trips, and Aquafire takes out Mackington. Trying to get an A push in through Workshop, but they were able to. Now Big Fat takes out another player, and Aquafire takes out Weirdo Faded. Can he do it again? No, he cannot. Dogga takes out Faded, as it is a flawless for Acer. And another potential of Faded being left in a 1v4, 1v5 situations. In that point, where we have seen Faded now in multiple occasions in both maps, do we think Faded is not pushing in soon enough? Or do we think the team is dying too quickly for Faded to be able to react to anything?
Yeah, Faded is... He does keep getting left in these 1v3, 1v4, 1v5s. And it's like... Maybe he is pushing in a little too late, but I mean, you got to give credit to Acer. They kind of just mollywopped F3 that round, per se. They actually held down that area really fast, or really well. And F3 they took space. They actually took space outside of A, but it didn't really matter. Acer held it down, and that was a flawless round, right? That was flawless. Yeah, and I actually see Jorge in chat. Jorge says, I love Breachers, never played a first-person shooter since Duck Hunt. Love the strategies. Juice has the voice and the knowledge. Never heard of Scorch. Yeah, so Scorch is unknown, but you two are good together. You two are good together. Yes. Yes, I love having Scorch on here and casting with me.
Me and Juice go back to Got Nowadays. I've been friends with him for quite a while.
They don't know about the Got Nowadays, Scorch. They don't know.
No, they do not.
This Dogga gets a pick off on the Mac. Very early pick, and Acer is kind of dominating these last couple rounds. As Dogga gets taken out by Faded. I had to open my mouth, didn't I? It's now a 4v4.
Just had to open your mouth. Caster's curse.
And
all right,
yeah, Aqua swinging by this A door. Whoa, it doesn't matter. That was kind of an aggressive hold by Aqua. Able to take out one that gets refragged. Big Fat takes out one, and then he's now refragged, and it's now a 2v2.
Yeah, now it's 2v2 with Brody and Kai versus Weirdo and Little Tiny as Kai takes out Weirdo. It is now a 1v2. Little Tiny takes out Kai. 1v1. This is definitely doable for Little Tiny. Can he get the pick? He does get the pick. He has the better reactions than Brody right there as Little Tiny clutches up for F3, tying this game. Now, in that situation, Juice, I feel like that is a perfect round to clutch up. It was more of a must-needed round because now you look at the board, it is 2-2. It is tied up. If he lost that, 3-1.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You go down 2 rounds against Acer, then it's kind of like... It's hard to claw back from that, but credit to F3 right there, clutching that round up, putting it 2-2. And yeah, once again, it's kind of back and forth right now.
Yeah, it is. It is back and forth. I like this fight that Acer and F3 are doing. Acer kind of pulled away in round 1, which was honestly, in my opinion, to be expected, considering that they got 2 rounds on the defense and then ended up not giving a single round to F3 on the defense themselves. Or, excuse me. Acer got 2 rounds on the attack, ended up not giving a single round to F3 on their defensive half. So, it was to be expected, but I feel like this round's going to be a little closer. I feel like Ship is an attacking map when the teams work together.
That is literally, Scorch, that is the exact same thing that I said on the cast with Martini. I said if you have a good attack plan on Ship, you can just walk through a defense. It's so funny you say that. Is Doga, I don't even know where he just got a pick. Oh, he actually got a pick from downstairs, able to take out Mac. And Kai able to take out... Wait, what just happened? Wait, I'm so confused.
Kai took out Mackington.
Okay, yeah, Kai took out Mac, and then Weirdo died. I'm all over the place. I wasn't really looking at the leaderboard, but just like that, Acer up in the man advantages. Big Fat takes out another, putting it into a 5v2, but Tiny able to get the refrag. Now a 4v2 in favor of Acer.
Yeah, and we see a lot of situations here where Acer goes up 5-2, 5-3 every single round. And then maybe F3 has been able to dwindle them down a little bit as Doga takes out Little Tiny and takes out Rezi K and proves me wrong right there as Acer dominantly wins round number 5 here, pulling their team up to 3-2. And I want to go back to that other round that Little Tiny had clutched up. It was so crucial that he had clutched that up because then it would be a 4-1 at this point. And at that point, you really, like, your mental is low. Will you be able to come back from it? But Little Tiny being able to clutch it up, now they're only down 1 round.
Yeah, and also a substitution I just saw. Tech9 is now playing for Acer, so now that's even better player. So now I wonder if Acer's going to just run away with this now.
I wanted Aquafire to succeed.
Oh yeah, it was Aquafire.
Man.
Rest in peace, Aquafire. And
he started like 5-2 or something like that. He was actually pretty good, but it seemed like he was a newer player.
Yeah, Blaze in the chat says W Scrim, yes sir, and Jorge says no, I've heard of Scorch, just never heard him cast. You two killed me 80 times one night. Yeah.
Really? It was probably like a control point that ended up happening. And as Tech9 gets the wall bang on Rezi K immediately, making it a 4v5 in favor of Acer, with a nade goes out, almost taking out Mackington, and another Incent as Weirdo takes out Tech9 Jr. That's that refrag. Weirdo takes out Big Fat. It is now a 4v3 in favor of F3 now. Will they push up? Gaga looking to push up. Takes out Weirdo. Little Tiny gets an S tier frag on Brody, and Brody gets a pick. It is now a 2v2, Juice.
Yeah, both teams are at 100 health each, and there's one stim on each side, but Faded in this armory room with the smoke on the door, so Doga is just going to keep pre-firing it. Instant is tossed and actually lands kind of in a bad spot. Is Doga able to peek over on that head peek and take out Tiny? And now Faded left in a 1v2. They know where he is, so I wonder if we're just going to see Wabe. Oh, and Faded, I think Faded heard him vault. And now he makes it a 1v1. Both players at 100 health. A Marui against a Marui.
Yeah, as the proxy goes off, so Kai is able to see where he is, and Kai takes out Faded on Quest, making it 4-2. What a beautiful half by Acer there on their defensive half, and I want to go back to the fact that the fact that Ship is an attacking heavy map, in my opinion, when the teams know how to push it, know how to do it. That's why a ton of people in ranked games and all that don't really want to attack on Ship, because in ranked games you're facing with either, if you're solo queuing, it's one with one, versus with these scrims you got 5v5.
Yes, and having Tech here, I'm pretty sure, just gives their team that confidence boost because Tech had an instant impact on that last round, instantly getting a wall bang, and just I don't know, not to glaze, but I mean you're pretty good at the game, so it's always nice.
Pretty good. As we get into round number 7 here, the half went in favor of Acer. I see that things have messed up. So F3 for me is attacking, but they're really defending. Nonetheless, we get into this round. 2 minutes 20 seconds left to go. Drone goes out. Looks to get any util as possible. Kai takes out Mackington, and Mackington takes an incense on Doga with Big Fat. Taking out Faded. It is now a 4v3 quickly in favor of Acer. However, Big Fat is not favorable with his health. Rezi K looking to see if he can get that lean peak quick. Will he get the push? I think he might be waiting for them to push in, or might be listening for sound cues. Nonetheless, Tech9 and Big Fat and Kai all push up, passing flashes to each other. Is there foam? Foam is down on the wall. Will we see anything crucial happen here pretty quickly?
Ooh, yeah, Brody and Kai throw that flash so they heard the audio cue of the flash and they're able to swing Weirdo. Big Fat took out one, and then Tech took out another. Weirdo got kills with trip mines, but Acer storming the site and going up 5-2 now.
Yep, Acer, not F3. I have to change the things real quick.
Yeah, I had to change mine. So it's so weird because sometimes it switches for you, and then sometimes it just doesn't. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Spectator's bugged. It's bugged. And also, a thing that I noticed: clone projectors do not work on Spectator client.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that on your cast. I was like, what the? The clone did not work.
Yeah, and I noticed that the cast before that as well, but they still haven't fixed it.
Yeah. As we get into round number 8 here with about 30 seconds left in the buy phase, how do you feel about this scrim so far?
Acer has been playing very well. Credit to F3 too, though, for even sticking with Acer. I mean, both teams are really good, but also we're seeing a lot of what do you call it? Tryouts. So it's not like we're seeing the actual teams play. So it's just a little bit of a it's like a preseason game of football. Just a lot of, it's not like a full like roster.
just a lot of rookies and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see on map 3.
Yeah, I'd like to. As we get into this round, nade off rip. Doesn't get any tags. Oh, actually gets a little bit of damage on to Faded, or Tech9 rather. Only does 3 damage. Like I said earlier, the flashes now are just so viable. Tech does that flash and Faded throws another instant, and it actually lands in the same spot it did last time onto that little box. And oh, storming sight on the backside of B. EMP's down. I didn't even realize that is Rezi. Pushing up on the vent. Yeah, wow, even tricked me, and I can see people through walls.
It tricked me too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still a 4v4. Only 2 players are down, and a lot of damage taken from the F3 side. Players at 20 health, 1 health, 68, and this is going to be a hard retake.
So it seems like Weirdo might have switched teams. That is a 2v1 in favor of Acer, and Acer takes out Mackington with just a sliver of health on the side of Mackington, making it 6-2, and it seems like Weirdo might have switched teams here.
Yeah, he did switch teams. I wouldn't have noticed that if he didn't say anything. Yeah, Weirdo is now on the opposition. He switched over from Acer to F3. He got traded.
He's now an op.
He got traded. He got traded for Tech.
He got traded mid scrim.
He got traded mid scrim for Tech9 Jr.
Yeah, it is 6-2, and I just don't see F3 coming back here with the way they're playing. Their defense, it seems like their defense, they're playing it correctly. They're just not reacting as quickly as they should be against this Acer team, and we got to give credit to Acer. Acer's just a very dominant team, and whether there's tryouts or not, those tryouts are going to be on their A game because they want to join this like dominant team. So this is a unfortunate showing for F3. However, Acer is just playing out of their minds once again.
Yeah, they're definitely a good team, and I can confirm that as we got waffle stomped by them in playoffs, and it wasn't even close. But you know what? I got my finalist skin. That's all I care about as we get into this potential Game Stealer is faded on this birthing window. Is he going to peek out on the Doga? He does, and he takes out Doga on the Bunk's window. Flashes, instants are being tossed out. Kai and Big Fat really low, and the instant actually takes out Kai. Wow, the spread on that instant. It covered like almost that whole scaffolding right there.
And just with 2 minutes remaining, it is a 4v3 with Big Fat and Tech9 with like 3 HP.
He does have a stem though, so he's gonna get back up. So
yeah, he did sim there. As they push up into birthing, Mackington takes out Tech9 Jr. F3 is showing Aesir that they are here to stay as Mackington pushes out and takes out Big Fat on that beautiful, looked like almost scorpion kill right there, as it's now left to just Brody as Little Tiny seals the deal for Brody. F3 finally winning their first round since switching. Is it possible that they could be snowballing here with the economy not looking very favorable for Aesir as they lose again another player?
Yeah, and of course the AI is going to have the most money, and the AI is buying a Huracan. So that's... Oh, and Big Fat's back. Okay, so he's going to be selling that Huracan, hopefully, and getting a rifle, most likely. Yep, he's going to get
honestly, I want to see him use the Huracan.
That would be pretty funny, but yeah, F3 has the gun advantage. All rifles. They have one Oral, but the rest Vezins going against 2 SMGs, a pistol, and 2 Maruis. So gun advantage in favor of F3, and this is what we saw in the last scrim with Martini. When you have the gun advantage, you gotta... These are definitely rounds that you can come back and make this a game, as we saw with MLG and... Who was it? I completely forgot who they played.
MLG and Fusion, I think?
Was it was it Fusion? I'm trying
Fusion?
to...
I think it was
Valor.
Fusion.
Wait, was it Valor?
No, wait.
I
think it was Valor.
I think it was Valor, but yeah,
I don't know.
they made it a game is what I'm saying, so...
Against a really good team.
Yeah. And Rezi with an early pick, having that gun advantage with that Oral, able to take out Doga, and it's now a 4v5, but Mac is out very low in that nade. Good S-tier frag takes out Mackington.
Yeah, it is now a 4v4 with that nade taking out Mac. Well, actually, there really is no favor because it is all evened up. However, Aesir does have the weaker weapons with just a Spectral in one of the players' hands. However, will they be able to get that Vezin? It seems like they probably traded the Vezin for another thing, as Rezi K looking to see if he can get that push on flank. Will he be able to get it? He swings over and gets Brody with EMP down. That was a beautiful play by Rezi K to make it a 4v3. It was kind of a detrimental pick as Tech9 gets a pick on Rezi K with that Spectral. Doesn't matter what gun he has, he's going to try and get the pick as much as he can. It is now a 3v3 and now 2v2 with Faded taking out Big Fat through the wall and Big Fat taking out Weirdo. What a nice refrag. 2v2 in favor of F3.
Yeah, and I think Tech is going to wait for that stim just to get back up to 100 health. They have time to wait, so I believe that's what they're going to do. They're just going to get foam on the wall and just relax a little, get back to even health with F3, and hopefully try to secure this round. Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to wait, get Tech back up to 100 health. Both teams, well, yeah, F3 does have the gun advantage. They have 2 Vezins going against the Vezin and an Oral here. So I wonder how they're going to play this once they get this wall open. Kai and Faded are looking right into each other's direction. There is a trip mine on the double door, so hopefully Kai is able to shoot it. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock, though. They got to make a play fast. Is this stim ever going to charge?
I don't know. As we get into... There's 17 seconds left remaining on the clock. Tech9 and Kai both pushing up, getting the plant down. Tech9 taking out Faded. It is now a 1v2 as Tech9 takes out Little Tiny as well with an incredible play space.
He had 10 health. He had 10 health with an Oral and just killed. That was beautiful. And like I said earlier, great player. Great players make great plays.
Beautiful play.
That was actually.
And no one is leaving. No one's leaving right now. So hopefully, we will see a third map. I would like to see a third map with these guys.
Yeah, one player left.
Like
Oh, yeah, okay, they're leaving. Okay, all right.
Well, okay. Does not look like we're gonna see a third map.
It's all good. All right, well, that will be it. Thank you for joining me, Scorch. W-Mans. This is a good match.
Of course.
Right on for joining me, and that will be it, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and adios. Good game from F3 and Aesir, as Aesir does win 2-0. So goodbye, everyone, and I will be back on eventually with another Breachers VRML cast.